You're listening to the Intuitive Souls podcast. I am your host, Sarah Caruso, and this podcast is designed to educate, inspire, and enlighten. Let's wake up together. Hey guys, and welcome to the Intuitive Souls podcast. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. You know, I'm really super excited that the universe led you here. If you are an OG and you keep on coming back and, sharing this podcast to people that might benefit from it and, leaving these amazing reviews, thank you guys so much. I don't think you understand just how grateful I am for each and every one of you and just for all the support that you guys give me and all the downloads and just everything. You guys make this so easy and you guys make this so enjoyable for me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And so I felt like I needed to do maybe like a catch-up episode with you guys because there is so much going on behind the scenes and I want to share a little bit of that with you just so, excuse me guys, hold on. Wow. Talk about being, candid. I'm actually just getting over the flu. So I'm still dealing with like that whole sinus nasally thing. So I apologize if I sound a little off or weird this week, but that is due because it is winter here, it is sick season, and yeah, it's lovely. So I'm just like, I don't want to say it's an impromptu, but I just wanted to talk about the subject of like spirituality in general and how I came about becoming more connected to my soul and how it's, affected my life in such a positive way. Because obviously this is a podcast under the spirituality umbrella, and I just want to kind of talk about it because, maybe some of you are just now interested in learning more about your intuition or learning more about your spiritual nature and just diving into this kind of path. And what I have to say about that is like, fuck yeah. Like seriously. So I want to kind of talk about that. But before we get into that, I want to share a couple of things. So I am so excited to announce that I will be opening up an Etsy store with some essential oils that I use as well as, blends. I shouldn't say that. I make my own blends. I have my own blend for connecting with spirit and for meditation. And this is the exact blend that I use before any reading or before I want to do a sitting in the power session. I put it on my third eye. I put it on any of my pressure points that I feel guided to. And it really helps me feel extremely connected to spirit. And it helps my clairvoyance. So that's going to be one of the blends that I will be offering in my new Etsy store. There's also going to be my blend for sleep. I've always had a problem falling asleep, guys. Like always, even when I was a young child. And I never wanted to have to take medicine in order to sleep. So I tried to resort to natural things. And I came up with this blend about 3 years ago, and it's a mix of different essential oils. It's not just lavender, but lavender is in it. And when I tell you, when I rub that essential oil on my feet and my palms, I am knocked out. And I am also going to be offering that in my store as well. I'm really super excited about that one because I actually gave some to my husband who doesn't believe in this kind of stuff, and I made him put it on the bottom of his feet, and like I went to the bathroom and I came out and he was already knocked out. So I think this stuff works. I think it's lovely, and I hope that you guys are interested in it because it works great. And there's also going to be different crystals available, and I'm just really super excited about it. So be sure to follow me on Instagram and on TikTok, because that's where I will be formally announcing that it is open, the Etsy store. So be sure to be following me on both of those. And excuse me, guys. Oh my God. As you can tell, I don't really edit. Like, I don't cut things out. I just kind of like let things come out of my mouth, and sometimes it's a cough, so bear with me today. But anyway, so another thing that I want to share with you guys is, in celebration of my new Etsy shop opening, I'm going to be offering 5 people, whoever book first. If you book a 1-hour session, I will be sending you a free crystal kit that I feel I'm going to choose for you as in regards to like what comes up in your reading. So that might be a protection kit, that might be a journey kit, that might be a love kit, whatever the case may be, and that will be I will be offering that to 5 people, and if you have to book between February 10th and 14th. You can go ahead and head on over to my website, ericarusso.co, go to book a reading, and the first 5 people to book a 1-hour session within that time frame, again, that is February 10th through 14th, will be getting a free crystal kit. And the crystal kit, they're great. I love them. I really do, because it's not just 1 crystal or 2 crystals. There's usually at least 3 crystals in each kit, and I love the crystals that are included in each kit. So be sure to do that. This is, my hour sessions are great because you get a little bit of everything. We're going to do a full tarot spread, as well as a mediumship reading, and as well as past lives come up. It's just a really great they're called a spirit checkup. So if you're interested in that, be sure to do it. Again, I'm only giving 5 people, the first 5 people to book a reading a 1-hour reading between February 10th and 14th, a free crystal kit with their hour reading. So if you are interested, go ahead and check that out. So now that we're all kind of like squared up with that, oh, and that's another thing I forgot to tell you guys. I have 2 new courses that launched in January. They are on my website, as well as Skillshare and Udemy, and one is an abundance ritual masterclass. This is giving you all some amazing abundance rituals that you can bring into your everyday life that will just bring more positivity. And they're super simple. I do these every day, and I think I'm a pretty happy person, and you want to definitely be sure to check that out. And I also have the 12 Universal Law Masterclass as well available, where I go through the 12 universal laws of the universe that govern this amazing universe in which we live in. So be sure to check that out. Go head over to my website, check it out. These are very affordable, so you're not going to break the bank with them. So be sure to check those out. They're great. They're really super great. So yeah. So now that we're all done with like getting caught up, I want to talk about spirituality, and I want to talk about how I kind of dove into this place in my life. So first and foremost, I want to say, people who are spiritual and people who, take the time to really recognize that we are a soul having a human experience, this does not necessarily mean that our lives are all rainbows and butterflies. It doesn't. Our muggle lives don't change. The stresses of our everyday life don't change. When you become a more spiritually connected being, when you start realizing that your thoughts are just thoughts. We are not our thoughts, guys. That is the biggest revelation. you're able to deal with life in a different way than you normally do. Now, what I mean by that is when I wasn't meditating, when I wasn't spending time with my soul and connecting to my higher self, I lived in a place of ego and fear. And what that means is simply I thought that everything, every belief that I held and every thought that came into my mind, that was who I was. These are my circumstances. This is what I do. This is who I am. These are the problems that I hold. These are the issues in my life. And I lived in a very victim mentality. Now, once I had my spiritual awakening and I experienced the dark night of the soul back in 2017, everything shifted. Everything shifted. I no longer believed the thoughts and the beliefs that I held, and I no longer wanted to be the victim of my thoughts. Unfortunately, we cannot control our thoughts. We cannot control how they come in, what comes in. Like, if you actually spent the time just observing the thoughts that come in and out of your mind each day, you would be like, where is this coming from? Why am I thinking this absurd thought? It's really quite interesting. And I think that spiritual people and people who really honor themselves as a soul understand that our thoughts are not things, and we are not our thoughts. And we understand that our ego is here to keep us safe and that we are not our ego. Like I said, this does not mean that the everyday problems that every single human comes into contact with in their life are magically gone. That's not that. No bueno. That does not, guys, the problems that I had before my spiritual awakening are still in my life. It's the way I perceive the problem that has changed. And I really wanted to talk about this because so many people who still live in an ego-based reality, I've had people be like, oh, but you're so spiritual, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, they think that just because I'm spiritual and just because, I read tarot cards and I meditate and stuff, that my life is so much more rainbows and butterflies. And it's like, no, not really. I'm just able to handle, what life throws at me in a much healthier way. So guys, like, if you are experiencing, waking up to your soul's purpose or wanting to connect to your soul or, dive into building your intuition, just know that the problems that life throws at you are not going to leave, but the way you perceive the problem and the way you handle the problem are going to change. Okay? That's spiritual growth. That's personal development. That's what it's all about. So don't get worried and don't freak out if, you start still feeling the emotions, those unhealthy, unhappy, not feeling good emotions. Those are going to come. You're going to feel jealous. You're going to feel anxious. You're going to be angry. You're going to experience grief. But when you have the mindset of a spiritual person, when you have the mindset of, what is this trying to teach me? What is this trying to allow for me to learn? It's the mindset. The mindset of the spiritual person is much healthier and much wider and just much more abundant than one who is not. And you don't need to have all the crystals, and you don't need to have the tarot cards or the oracle cards, although it's a lot of fun, guys. You just need to understand that you are a soul having a human experience. And when you really sit with that and you really take a good look at your life and all of the lessons and all of the relationships that you have experienced in your life, things change. You start to see patterns. You start to maybe see, oh, well, maybe this is what I'm supposed to learn from this. Maybe this is what I was supposed to learn from this relationship. Things open up, and you no longer, and when you're able to sit in that place of observance, those negative emotions that we all feel, they don't feel as strong. They don't feel as intense. And that's what it's like to be a spiritual person. You know, I lose my shit. Like, I'm a human being, guys. Unfortunately, yeah, I'm still a muggle. I still deal with negative emotions. But I can guarantee you that when these negative emotions come into my life, I handle them a lot differently than what I used to. And that is what it's like when you connect to your spiritual nature. You know, you're able to just observe, and you're able to take everything with a grain of salt and not take things so personally, because we're all on a different path. We all have so many different kinds of lessons that we need to learn in this life. And when you really sit with that and you understand that we are all souls, each and every one of us, even the assholes, we're all souls. And we all signed up to experience different things, and we all signed up for different things. You're able to understand that, like, those people that hurt you and those people that do you wrong, or those people that leave nasty comments, they got their own shit that they need to work on. And it's not your responsibility to take it personally. You know, it really truly is like when I get a negative comment on one of my TikToks, or when, you know, somebody says something nasty about me, there's a second of anger and like what the fuck? But then I understand that it's like, it's out of my jurisdiction to try to change their opinion, because someone's opinion of me is none of my business. So when someone does this, and when someone treats you unfairly, and like I see it a lot, especially on TikTok, guys, I'm obsessed with TikTok if you haven't noticed, but I see a lot of people getting on TikTok and, you know, dancing and smiling and laughing, and then completely shutting down and becoming defensive when they get a negative comment, and then they make a video about it and how it hurt them and whatever. And it's like, you know, one of the 4 agreements to life is not to take anything personally. And when I read that book, that's a great book, by the way, guys, it's called The 4 Agreements. When you really understand that, it's like, it's not about you. It's not about you. If someone wants to be a troll and you know, say a stupid or mean comment on social media, let them. Who cares? Happy people don't sit on social media and make mean comments. Remember that. And that's like exactly what I have to say every time I see a mean comment on something, is like, happy people don't sit on social media all day and just wait to say a negative comment about someone. Like, they don't. They don't. I'm sorry. That person is not happy. That person is not okay with themselves. That person is not sitting comfortably in their own skin. And you almost have to feel sorry for them. You almost need to understand, like, where you are. If you're able to press play and dance your ass off and smile and laugh at yourself, that takes a lot, because guys, there's not a lot of people out there that even have the balls to do that. That even have, you know, that even can even think of pressing play and dancing like a maniac and, you know, doing stupid stuff. There's so many people that just like sit there and do nothing. And you should just be proud of yourself just because you're able to do it. Like, seriously. I don't even think you comprehend like how many people I have worked with, but psychic mediums or anybody who, when I say you should go live, you should do a Facebook live or you should get TikTok or whatever, they literally shut down. They won't even go on a live video. And it gets easier. I can tell you that. Like, I think my first video, like my first live video, like, oh my God, it was horrible. It was, it was absolutely horrible. But now it's like I just press play and there you go. Don't take it seriously, guys. Like, seriously. I know that I've gotten a lot of people, a lot of listeners from TikTok, and that's awesome. And like, hi guys, like, thanks for listening. But I see it so often, like, where people will go on TikTok and they'll do all these wonderful dance videos where they're shaking it and whatever. And then, you're going to get mean comments regardless. Like, you're going to get nasty ass comments. I'm sorry. Like, it doesn't matter if you could be the juiciest, most delicious peach in the world and someone is still going to hate peaches. So when you do that, it's almost like, let them, just let them. Because guess what? With every negative comment, you're building yourself up, and I just hate seeing people that, get on this app, this TikTok. How did this like all turn into TikTok, guys? Like, seriously. But anyway, I just hate seeing people who have, the strength to post a video of themselves, regardless of what it is. And then some jackass writes something stupid in the comments and then they get upset and then they post another video saying like, you hurt my feelings. Don't let them hurt your feelings. Don't let them hurt your feelings. You have to feel sorry for these people that sit there on TikTok and say these negative things in the comments. Because the funny thing is if you go ahead and check these people that are writing these negative things, most of them don't even have a video posted. It's literally like they just sit there to say negative things. And what a wonderful life that sounds like. So don't take it seriously. Don't take it personally. Like, you just keep doing you. Period. So that was like a little rant, but whatever. Anyway, so yeah. So now that, we're talking about it, I might as well like say, I just love every single one of you guys. I really do. All of you are so amazing. And I just hope that like you guys are able to, understand that these negative comments on social media are just like, ugh, like, happy people. And just keep on telling yourself that because, at first when I started receiving negative comments and stuff like that, yeah, it didn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. You want to like make people smile and happy, but at the end of the day, like, that's never going to happen. But, just remember, happy people don't sit on social media and write negative comments in the comment section. They don't do it. You know what kind of people do that? Unhappy ones. People that are not comfortable in their own skin. And for that, we almost need to feel sorry for them and just kind of hope that they realize that there's so much more to life than finding negativity in everything. So that's what I have to say. And yeah, that's basically it, guys. So again, thank you guys for, everything. You guys are so awesome. I love every single one of you. But again, like I said, my Etsy store is opening soon. I'm really super excited about it. So again, follow me on TikTok and Instagram because that's where I will be formally announcing it. It's kind of like a soft opening. I'm not going like real big on it. But I really love this stuff that's going to be available in the shop. Also, again, I am opening up some readings between February 10th and 14th. If you book a 1-hour session with me, which is called a spirit checkup, you will get one of the crystal kits that will be available in the Etsy store for free. This is only for 5 people. So the first 5 people to book will be receiving an amazing little collection of crystals sent to your house after the reading. So with that being said, I love each and every one of you. Thank you for dealing with my coughing this week. And it's like, I know it sounds bad, guys, but like it's one of those where it's like it sounds worse than what it is. Like I'm totally fine. It's just like the phlegm that's still in the back of my throat that's annoying. So thank you guys. I love you, and I will see you next week.